Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, February 21st. We have all you need to know about vaccine availability for children in Center County, as well as details on a letter from Penn State faculty regarding a recent assault.
We also have more on Penn State's new property purchase, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Zwiercan.
And I'm Madison Miller. 21 faculty members from Penn State University have signed a letter regarding an incident at State College High School. This letter stated their support in urging Center County District Attorney Bernie Cantorna to dismiss criminal charges against a black student at the high school. The student in question was involved in an assault that occurred on February 1st. The assault is believed to be connected to a photo containing racist and anti-Semitic images. School officials have denied any knowledge prior to when the photo of the incident occurred. The letter from Penn State faculty members emphasized the need for community action rather than criminal justice intervention. It also addressed the school-to-prison pipeline and the disproportionate criminalization of black youth. The State College NAACP N320 Coalition created a petition for the district attorney to drop the charges, as well as establish a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for the students' legal fees. The campaign has already raised a total of $32,000.
Center County vaccine providers are preparing for the approval of the Pfizer vaccine for children under 5 by the FDA. Pfizer has delayed the application for approval due to data regarding a third dose not yet being available. Vice Chair of Outpatient Pediatrics Stacy Cummings of Geisinger Medical Group says the delay is no cause to worry, as it is a dosage adjustment rather than a safety issue. Both Mount Nittany Medical Center and Geisinger Medical Group have taken measures to get ahead of the vaccine rush. With reports saying the Pfizer vaccine will be approved for children under 5 in April, Mount Nittany has created a wait list for parents looking to get their child vaccinated. Geisinger Medical Group has started taking appointments with a potential mass vaccination event in the future. Parents looking to schedule an appointment should contact their physician.
The Douglas Albert Gallery, located in downtown State College, is reluctantly closing their doors this year. The gallery has been open for over 4 decades. However, the property's landlord is now refusing to renew the lease. Douglas Albert, the owner of the gallery, exclaimed he never saw his business ending like this. He stated, quote, "I figured when the time came that I didn't want to be in business anymore, I would have the power to close myself. And now I no longer have that," end quote. A closing date for the gallery has not yet been finalized, but Albert plans on shutting his doors April 30th. What is to come of his beautiful pieces or business is still uncertain. This is not the first downtown State College business to close, as the increasing overhead costs such as renting, insurance, utilities downtown force other businesses to also close their doors. On campus, however, the Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity held a special documentary screening of the honor of Black History Month. Field reporter Nick DeLuca has the story.
Marsha P. Johnson was a black trans woman who was best known for her activism in support of gay rights and for her prominent role in the Stonewall Uprising of 1969.
In honor of Black History Month, the Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity hosted a screening of the death and life of Marsha P. Johnson inside their office in the Hub. About 15 people were present for the screening.
A lot of things that Marsha struggled through during her lifetime is still happening now.
Marsha's life is well documented within the SSGD. Her best known photos, as well as a replica of her headdress, are shown within the SSGD.
Marsha P. Johnson is the gay rights movement, and is a key member of gay rights history.
Black queer voices don't get as much press, they don't get talked about as much, especially during Black History Month, when it should be the story of all black people who've fought for a cause and contributed.
There will be numerous other on-campus events commemorating Black History Month throughout the remainder of February. A complete schedule of the events can be found on the Penn State website. For Penn State Network News, I'm Nick DeLuca.
Penn State University is proceeding with the purchase and demolition of a century-old building on College Avenue. The University Club, which has stood since 1914, is now being sold to the university for more than $4 million. Penn State plans to use the land for future opportunities, said trustee Sarah Thorndike. After the pandemic halted renovations on the building, the club saw a need to change, as newly constructed apartment complexes in downtown State College were something the club could not compete with. The University Club, which has sold the land by the university for just $1 over a century ago, plans to relocate nearby, with a focus on promoting sociability instead of providing housing. It's beginning to feel like spring this week in State College, but not for long. Madeline Zarkowski has this week's weather report after the break.
We're looking at some dropping temperatures coming later in the week, but we still have a few spring-like days ahead of us. Tonight falling back to just 43 degrees, so it's a lot warmer tonight than we've had some other nights. Winds of just 5 miles per hour, so it's going to be a pretty calm evening tonight. A calm before the storm we have coming tomorrow. Rain throughout the day tomorrow here. We're looking at light rain tomorrow at 9 a.m. By noontime, that rain's going to be picking up. We're looking at heavy rain tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at about an inch of rain. So you're definitely going to want to pack that umbrella with you on your commute to class tomorrow. Tomorrow night, rain throughout the night, 45 degrees, and again, rain throughout that entire day. Taking a look at this weekend, temperatures are going to drop. That winter weather is making a comeback. We're looking at rain and snow Thursday evening into Friday morning. So that could play an impact on our classes. We could possibly see a snow day there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that storm system. Clear skies, though, by Friday evening into the rest of the weekend. So the rest of the weekend, we should have clear skies and partly cloudy on Saturday and Sunday. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, like I said, that rain coming in tomorrow, clearing out for Wednesday, but on Thursday we have this next storm system coming in. We're looking at a wintry mix, so that includes snow and ice and sleet, and on Friday, into Friday morning, we're looking at another snow shower. Saturday and Sunday clearing up, but those temperatures are dropping into the 30s for this weekend. That's all from me. Coming up next, Jimmy Atkinson has the latest stories on Penn State sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Jimmy Atkinson with your sports update. Penn State wrestling capped off an undefeated dual meet season on Sunday night. The Nittany Lions dominated Rider University with a final 45-0 score. Notable matches included #1 ranked junior Max Steen scoring a quick pin just 54 seconds in, as well as #1 ranked senior Roman Bravo Young tallying an absurd 13 takedowns as the team rolled to 17-0. Penn State is ranked #1 in the nation as they prepare for the Big Ten Championship, taking place March 5th and 6th at the University of Nebraska. Penn State men's basketball looks to continue its hot streak tonight as they take on Maryland in a road matchup. The Nittany Lions are fresh off a 14-point comeback upset over then number 19 Michigan State on February 15th, followed by a dominant 67-46 victory over the Minnesota Golden Gophers on the 17th. This Maryland game will be pivotal for Penn State as the team hopes to carry a 500 record into the Big Ten tournament, the unofficial benchmark needed to secure an NIT bid. PSU Maryland tips off at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Former Los Angeles Angels communication director Eric Kay faces 20 years to life in federal prison. This comes after Kay was found guilty on Thursday of supplying late Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs with the drugs that led to Skaggs' death in 2019. The jury needed less than 90 minutes of deliberation to convict Kay of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute fentanyl. The prosecution argued that Kay was Skaggs' sole source of oxycodone, and that Kay's attempted cover-up after the fact is evident of conspiracy. Kay's sentencing is scheduled for June 28th, as focus now shifts to the Skaggs' family civil suit against the Angels organization. That's all for sports. After the break, Mariana Daniele will bring you the latest news from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Mariana Dinelli with your entertainment update. Penn State's 50th annual Fawn Dance Marathon took place this weekend with surprise special guest performances from Chelsea Cutler, B. Miller, and many others. Cutler started out her performance with songs from her album How to Be Human, including Sad Tonight and Crazier Things. She also surprised the crowd with songs she rarely plays live, including Strangers Again and Stay Next to Me. Cutler wrapped up her set with a cover of Mr. Brightside that had the whole crowd jumping and singing along. B. Miller's surprise performance followed the Saturday night pep rally and kept the crowd energized with songs from her album Aurora and her EP Elated. Miller's performance also included her most popular song, Feel Something. She even led the crowd in the We Are chant. The popular musical Waitress is coming to Penn State on Thursday, March 3rd at 7:30 p.m. in the Eisenhower Auditorium. The four-time Tony Award-nominated musical follows a waitress and baker named Jenna as she enters a pie-baking contest, hoping it's her chance at true happiness. This upbeat and humorous musical features music and lyrics from Grammy Award winner Sarah Bareilles and direction from Tony Award winner Diane Paulus. Penn State is offering student prices for just $50. Don't miss a chance to see this performance about love, friendship, and the joys of motherhood. In other local entertainment, a Valentine's Day themed drag show was held at 3 Dots, a local community center, this past week. Field reporter Alina Lebedeva has more. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Alina Lebedeva reporting for PSN News. I'm currently at 3 Dots downtown, where Penn State's drag club Opulence is preparing for its Valentine's Day themed show, Hard to Break.
Penn State's premier drag ambassadors club Opulence brings diversity, inclusion, and freedom of expression to State College community. Their Hard to Break show gives the audience a new way to look at the meaning behind the Valentine's Day.
Personally, I really like the idea of Valentine's Day being taken in more of a self-confidence route as opposed to a lovey-dovey type style, because that personally fits my aesthetic a little bit more.
The members of the audience believe that what makes the show unique and unusual are kings and queens themselves.
What stood out to me to this show is how much dedicated the queens are. They're doing such a good job. Opulence is a great organization that's been caring so much about providing entertainment to Penn State students. And I love coming every week. They keep improving in terms of performance.
The mission of Opulence is to, quote, create a fun and free space for aspiring drag queens and kings or drag enthusiasts, as well as enhancing awareness to challenge the gender binary in a way that celebrates the social understanding and comprehension of gender norms.
The best way I can describe Opulence is as a home. It's a place where I get to be myself and just freely express who I am. It's a safe space for anybody and any performer, no matter how much of a novice they may be, to come and just try out drag.
Opulence became home for lots of diverse individuals, no matter what their sexual orientation or gender identity is. Reporting for PSN News, I am Alina Lebedeva.
Kim Kardashian got a new neighbor this week, and ironically enough, it happens to be her soon-to-be ex-husband and famous rapper Kanye West. West has broke the internet this week, posting and deleting on Instagram about his recent divorce and Kim's new love interest, Pete Davidson. His post this past week included an old picture of him and Davidson with a red X drawn over the comedian's face. West has also posted asking God to bring his family back together and reassuring his followers that his account was not hacked, which quickly turned into a viral meme. West continues to be the topic of conversation as a new Netflix documentary called Genius premiered on February 16th, highlighting his career. West is also set to drop his new album, Donda 2, tomorrow, available only on his streaming platform, STEMplayer. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, Juliana Torta will be speaking with Vice President of Volley, Melody Young, about her role in the dance organization and her experience in this year's Thon. Stay tuned.
This past weekend, Penn State students danced for a cure at the 50th annual Thon. I'm here with Melody Young, who is Vice President of Volley here at Penn State, and she also had the opportunity to be a dancer at Thon this past weekend. Thank you so much for being here today with me, Melody.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
So what is Volley here at Penn State?
Yeah, so Volley is Penn State's largest all-inclusive dance organization. We have about 250 members. We offer all styles of dance, from tap, jazz, ballet, contemporary, lyrical, and anything in between. We also offer all levels, which is really cool. We have technique classes, showcases that members can be a part of, and of course, we're super involved in Thon. And yeah, it's been a huge part of my college experience, and I love being involved.
Yeah, I went to your showcase last semester. It was amazing. It was
Oh,
so cool
awesome.
to see.
Yeah.
So, what is your role as the vice president of Volley?
Yeah, so speaking of showcases, that is the main role of the vice president, is planning those. We have one in the fall and in the spring. There's really a lot involved of placing dancers and their dances, depending on level and style interests, working with venues, working with choreographers and costuming. But yeah, it's a super fun job and I love doing it.
So, what was your role this year in Thon for Volley in specific?
Yeah, so for Thon for Volley, my main role was really fundraising, whether that be pushing my donor drive, making thon envelopes, attending events. We have an amazing Thon chair and Thon committee that are mainly involved in putting together our fundraisers. But as a leader of the club and on the exec board, it's really important for me to, encourage involvement, really be a leader, and show other members how awesome Thon is.
So, what preparation had to be completed as a team? I know that you're part of the exec and you're a main leader in that, but what are some things that your teammates do to help you, excel in Thon each year?
Yeah, of course. Well, first, before Thon, fundraising is huge. Being able to see our total at the end and beat our goals is definitely a huge motivation. Also, we've really worked to put out a lot of resources. Since Thon was virtual last year, a lot of people didn't really know what to expect. So making sure we were all prepared and able to have a good weekend was definitely a big thing. And also just having a positive attitude and just remembering why we're there is really awesome and just made the weekend a success for us.
So what were the highlights this year of being a dancer instead of being a spectator?
Yeah, so being a dancer was super cool. I love getting to be on the floor. A main highlight, I would say, is being able to interact with the Four Diamonds families. They have such incredible stories, and I love always spending time with Volley's two families, the O'Tools and the Weinholds. Any time with them is special, so having that extra time on the floor was cool. I'd also say it was really cool just to be really in on the action, for pep rally, the concerts, all those things, just being right there on the floor was very cool. And yeah, definitely, I would say lastly, having a lot of room on the floor was cool. Obviously, I'm a dancer. Doing the line dance is my favorite part, so being able to really move and be active is something that was really good for me.
Did you think having a dance background helped you out this weekend?
Yeah, I would say a little bit. Again, like I said, the line dance is really a great way to, times I was feeling a little down or tired, that would really just perk me back up. So being able to pick up on that and do that easily was cool. And I would say also as dancers, we really do a lot on our bodies sometimes and are used to staying active, so I would say that probably helped a bit.
And do you have any advice that you would give to people that possibly might want to be a dancer in the future?
Yeah, I would say if you're dancing in Thon, the main thing is to keep moving. Keeping your body going is just really the way to stay awake, to stay energized, and just have a good time, just have fun, just take in everything. Like, it goes so fast. I always say that was the longest, quickest weekend of my life. Like, it was just crazy. I feel like it just was over so fast. So really take it all in, talk to the family, spend time with your fellow dancers. It really is just such an amazing memory I'll never forget. So yeah, just enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today, Melody, and congratulations on everything you accomplished this weekend. It's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, thank you again.
Coming up next, Matthew and Madison have the latest news from across the nation.
In recent days, the Ukraine-Russia crisis has reached a pivotal moment. Ukraine accused pro-Russian separatists of attacking a village near the border. For months, the U.S. and its Western allies have watched the steady buildup of the Kremlin forces along Ukraine's border with Russia and Belarus. President Biden stated he believes the invasion of Ukraine could happen within several days. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has warned the United Nations that Russia is planning to manufacture a justification for the attack and they refuse to withdraw troops. Russia made another escalatory move by expelling the second most senior U.S. diplomat in Moscow. More updates are to come on this story as the situation progresses.
A case of voter fraud has led to a 6-year prison sentence for a Memphis activist. Pamela Moses was sentenced to 6 years and 1 day for registering to vote, but she is ineligible to do so as a prior felon. In 2015, Moses pled guilty to felony charges of tampering with evidence and forgery, as well as misdemeanor charges of perjury, stalking, and theft. Under Tennessee law, she was placed on probation and deemed ineligible to vote in future elections. Moses was not aware of her right to vote had not been restored in 2019, when she registered for that year's election. Moses and her legal team plan to appeal the sentencing.
New Zealand's parliament passed a legislation that bans conversion therapy. Conversion therapy includes but is not limited to the practices intended to forcibly change a person's sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. The bill was introduced by the government last year and passed with 112 votes in favor. The government said it received over 100,000 public submissions of the bill, being the highest number of public submissions ever received under any legislation. Under the bill, it will now be offense to perform conversions practices on a child or a young person under the age 18, or on someone with impaired decision-making. Conversion therapy can include talk therapy, hypnosis, electric shocks, and fasting. In some extreme cases, exorcism and stated, quote, corrective rape for lesbians has been reported. Offensive would leave a perpetrator subject up to 3 years in prison. There are currently no bans on conversion therapy in the United States, but several states, including California, Colorado, New York, Washington, and Utah, prohibit the practice to some degree.
An unusual suspect is wanted by officials after a series of home invasions in Lake Tahoe. Officials say a 500-pound black bear has broken into 38 homes and has been the subject of a 6-month-long hunt by law enforcement and wildlife control. The bear, also known as Hank the Tank, has been the subject of more than 150 calls to police. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife has planted traps for the bear, however they were unsuccessful. Due to local unrest, residents and wildlife officials are debating whether to kill the bear or not. The Bear League, an advocacy group, calls the potential killing cruel and unnecessary. The current plan is to relocate the bear to an out-of-state sanctuary in Colorado.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.